Good morning to all. This is R. Srinivasa. I am the research scholar in the Business Management Department in GIET University, Odisha, Gunupur. And I am presenting my research paper in the International Conference of IMCSTBMLA-2025, sponsored of MTC Global. And my paper title is Determinants of Perceived Switching Behavioral Dynamics, a study credit customer of selected banks operating in Hyderabad. So nowadays the existing generation is of immense opposition in Indian retail banking. Near all banks are offering aggressive products and service to their customers, like as SMS, ATMs, online banking, and mobile banking, and lots of extra offerings are there. So the time when the scale of overall Indian banking machine has become closural, and which incorporates each small and huge banks with a large range of branch community. So one in all the biggest undertaking faced by banks in present time in the switching purpose of the customers. So hence it will be become extra vital to remember that why clients in India transfer from one bank to some other banks. So thinking about these aspects, that take a look at attention has focused on the switching conduct of customers. So in retail banking service in India, so the effort of these impact elements has been studied and tested, and empirically the usage of exploratory aspects, so aspects of evaluations. So quantitative data it may be considered, and my consideration of my it means the project, it is called as the quantitative data had been gathered by way of questionnaire, and as well as employed and administrated. It will be attention has focused on the switching conduct of customers in retail banking service in India. So the effort of these impact elements has been studied and tested empirically, the usage of exploratory aspects evaluation. So the client dedication, responses to provider failure, client pleasure, and repetition service, those are all service are there. So extra it is like as the nice, and it is competition service, merchandise, and involuntary switching have their noteworthy. It means like as disclosed that fee, and client dedication, responses to provider failure, client and pleasure, and as well as switching have their noteworthy impact on clients, and it is the switching behavior, the consequences of present take a look at can be used by the Indian banks for designing their product and service techniques. So advertising techniques and client offerings practices as way to lower pattern switching. This will also assist them in improving their provider operations and in growing purchaser fulfillment and truthfulness by understanding the banking behavior of their clients. So now it is the now the banking industry. So nowadays it will be a well constructed banking zone in India. So of any country performs imperative role inside the improvement and stabilization of the economic system of that country when there may be aggressive globalized company environment. So go with the flow of company is maintained capably when there is robust banking region within the country. So after searching on the aggressive state of affairs and consumer experiences, so has turned out to be a hotspot in the boom cycle of any enterprise. So it smiles for these motives that of the elaboration in varied and tailored, and it means made needs of clients and strength of competition in purchase of homogenized and offerings and experimental things of products offerings have turned out of to be imperative to the clients. It is nowadays developing and turning in better pattern experience has grown to be one of the major objective of corporations. So the importance of service quarter is being but greater renovated globally. It means like as 1999 and our today offerings are presented in awesome fields like banking and coverage, telecommunications, tour and others, but the service recruitment vary in all of them. It depends on the career system and diploma of client touch. So the character of provider come across occupies an important role due to the fact the customers no longer only reap the service bought by the way of the corporation but also by some experience from that organization. So Indian banking area is interested by a huge range of small banks. So the growing use of generation together with liberalization, deregulation and greater recently demonetization has fetched a right in the approach of serving customers. So generation is complicated. It means the sooner commercial enterprise strategies and pattern behavioral is undergoing change and but the number one components of banking it is like as religion and self-belief of the people on the establishment for prevails the equal and as well as the preserves the equal. So the country of banking environment has presented numerous possibilities and threats for the management of banks. So for any banks and commercial enterprise, dropping a purchaser is a stern imped as it consequences in lower in present and destiny profits. So and acquire a new purchaser in 5 instances costlier than retaining. So it means a antique one and moreover client switching has terrible effect at the profitability at the enterprise. So the purpose for this negative profitability is more features at the commercial. It is like as income cost on locating the want of the customers and charm period required by means of the new customers. So therefore examine and knowledge of the drivers of consumer switching is critical in banking and it may be quite to be aggressive as this difficulty has ended up and demanding within the advertising of banking offerings too. So several studies and were achieved on switching behavior for goods, however especially in financial offerings much less interest has been given to the idea of pattern and it is like the switching. So on the other hand switching behavior for offerings is numerous due to its set traits. It may be some perishability and as well as the inseparability. So in my research, so some factors are influenced by the switching behaviors. It is like as the price and reputation and service quality and location and promotion and customer satisfaction and switching cost. These are all the independent variables, and you have to depends by the loan customer loyalty. So and the future, it means what is my future scope of my research. So this research, however, has more rooms for further research, and further research could be conducted to private banks in same area as well as other regions of Hyderabad to generalize the findings. Further, the researchers have to find other factors besides covered in this research and conduct the research, as these unidentified factors also constitute large gray area. Thank you for this, give me this wonderful opportunity to present my research paper in this international conference. Thank you all.